Well, this is a little bit awkward. It's not Monday, it's Tuesday. I had a really bad sinus infection in my ear that gave me a fever and knocked me out for close to 20 hours. I didn't even go to work today. So the vlog is technically starting on Tuesday, even though I wanted to start filming yesterday. But I've just been taking it easy. I've been trying to rest. That's all you can really do when you're sick. I'm feeling better though. We put garlic drops in my ear and to break the infection, and I laid my head on a heating pad for basically all 20 hours I was laying on the couch. And it finally seems to be going away. So I'm going to be taking it easy. I'm not going to do anything crazy. Probably not going to live stream tonight because Tuesdays are stream days. I just came in here to let you guys know that the work officially starts, tomorrow, basically, in the next clip you'll see after this. So I'll see you then. Alright, so this was already off to a bad start. I put out that video, came out on Monday. Like I said earlier in this video, I was sick for a little while. I got sick on Monday with an ear infection, and then it turned into a fever about halfway through the day. So I got home from work and fucking died on the couch. Woke up the next day, I texted my boss, I said I'm not coming in, and laid on the couch some more. So obviously, no vlogging got done except for that little bit yesterday that you saw. But today, we're feeling A-okay. I got my workout done, doing lift 4, week 2, and we're gonna go ahead and work on some drums, and I'm gonna kind of show you how I've been doing that. Professionals will look at me and go, what the fuck? But hey, I gotta do what I gotta do, alright? So I'll explain where transition will happen right now, and here we go. Alright, so when I'm doing drums, this is kind of my setup here. Oh, turn that down a bit. Let me kind of pan in on this over here. You got FL Studio on both of these monitors here. Like a third monitor someday when I have money. And for this particular song, because it starts with a long keyboard intro, I went ahead and did that real quick. It might change a little bit. I mean, the pattern will stay the same, but the sounds I have right now, those might change. I've got a guitar with me. I usually have a guitar when I'm programming drums so that I can kind of jam along with it. Do different drum fills and see what kind of guitar stuff I can throw along with it. This is a 7-string. This is a Schecter Damien Elite 7. It's a very nice, it's a used guitar. I got it on Reverb, and I needed a 7-string for the project, so talked my wife into using some of our tax return into getting it. I got a good deal on it. This is an absolute stellar guitar. It's got 2 EMGs in it, active pickups, and it's a fucking... Dude. It's a monster, Almost wondering if the battery is going... the battery for the pickups is going a little dead, because it doesn't seem like it's attacking as well, or coming out as well as it should, but we'll worry about that later. I'll probably switch the batteries out for this one and the Actually, all three guitars that I'm using for this album, all three electrics actually have active EMGs in them, which is kind of nice because I really love the active EMGs. The Legator 8-string actually has the EMG X's in, which is really nice. I got to use that live a couple of times and it sounds stellar. In case you're wondering, I've got this little, which I would never use for recording, but I've got a little Relay G10 by Line 6 wireless unit, just so I'm not covered in fucking cords the whole time. And then down below me, get out of the way, I got the Line 6. No, I got the Headrush pedal board. I said Line 6, and that's what I was thinking. I got a Headrush pedal board. Probably the best amp I've ever owned, along with the FRFR Headrush monitor cabinet, 2,000 watts. And it just sounds great, you know? I mean, if you're not a monitor, or if you're not a modeler guy or gal, I understand. A lot of people, including myself, love tube amps, but I'm going for convenience, and this is incredibly convenient considering, you know, when I was playing in Eden Forge, you know, I'd have this amp at home to rehearse or to practice by myself, and then I would pack it up, bring it to rehearsal. I'd have the same sound, both practice and rehearsal, and then I'd bring it to shows, and I'd have the same sound there. Whereas before I had a Bugera T50 Infinium, 50 watt, that I would have at practice, and then I had a Blackstar V10 here, which I need to go get that, by the way, but I had a Blackstar V10 for practicing here at home. I may have said Bugera was practice here. No, Bugera was the rehearsal and live show amp. And on top of the Bugera not being able to handle extended range stuff very well, I just didn't like the fact that, you know, I got different sounds everywhere I went, basically. So, plus, you know, on top of that, you know, bringing a live amp, like a tube amp to shows, you know, you'd have to reset all your knobs and everything, which, I mean, some people obviously don't mind. I do, though, and it seemed like every single time I was at a live show, sometimes I would get it right, but other times I would just not, and my amp, I feel like, would sound like shit to my ears, and, you know, this just saves everything. All I gotta worry about is volume most of the time. So as you can tell, you'll notice throughout these vlogs I get sidetracked quite a bit, so we're gonna just jump right into this. So let me try something here. All right, a little bit, and I understand I am recording my screen with a camera. I did not feel like trying to set up OBS to capture this, because especially because I don't know if it will actually work. Let me kind of show you what's going on here. So I tend to record the drums. You know, I'll loop other things, but I tend to record the drums in one giant track. As you can see, it's all one. Up here at the top is one giant drum track. And as I mentioned in vlog number 0, I'm using MT Power Drum Kit 2, which is right here. It's very nice. And basically, I'm just going in the piano roll and clicking all these in. Now, here's the thing. I know a lot of you are probably going to be thinking, that's cheating. Look, I'm gonna be real with you for just a second. As long as you're the one doing it, and you're not claiming to have actually recorded drums or whatever you might be faking, I don't really see a problem with it. For a guy like me who lives in a duplex, and yes, there's a drum set back there, as you can see. It is just drum shells, no cymbals, no kick, no fucking any of that shit. And on top of that, even if I had all that, I have no drum mics, and I don't exactly have a place to set it up and record drums. I mean, the best place, which is not that great of a place, but the best place I have is my basement, and the acoustics in there are shit. I'm talking. This is not a finished basement we're talking about. This is a fucking dungeon. Okay, so look, don't let anyone tell you that what you're doing is fucking cheating. You know, if you're making the music and you have a vision and you want, and you know, you want to do whatever you want to do, whatever you can, whatever you need to do to get that vision, out of your head and you know, into people's ears essentially, or even just into your ears. You know, do whatever you got to do. So if you got to click in drums, fucking do it, man. I love doing this shit. It's tedious as fuck, but my god, like these drums, they actually sound fucking good. Let me just I'll start it here. I mean, now I get it though. I get it though. That there are people out there that are like, yeah, I totally recorded those drums myself, dude. Like, oh, and they midied them in. That's not cool. But I'm telling you right now, these drums are 100% fake. Okay? There will be no surprises with this. Well, you know, there will be some surprises, but there'll be good surprises, hopefully. You know, I'm not going to show you guys everything when it comes to this. But I'm telling you right now, these drums are fake. I don't give a fuck. I'm doing what I gotta do to make my vision a reality. And that's what matters. And I encourage any of you to do the same thing. Anyone who might be watching. Don't let anyone ruin what you're trying to do, okay? So, I'm also going to show you another reason why I am using FL Studios. So, I don't know if it's safe to get to zoom in on something like this, but you see right there where it says, it has a little clock and it says 4/4. FL Studios 20 Signature Edition allows you to change the time signature for anything as many times as you want. As you heard, and I'll turn on the click track, this whole section is in 5/4. 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But right here, it's going to transition into 4/4. And it's going to have a completely different feel. I'll let it kind of transition into it. As a progressive musician, although I know that not all progressive bands mess with time signatures all that much, you know. There's plenty out there that are progressive in their own ways, but for my particular style that I'm going for, I need to be able to do that. And I don't know if other DAWs can do that. I'm sure that they can, but the fact that FL has made it so simple. I go up here. Here, I might have to kind of zoom in a little bit. I go up here. I go to time markers. And then add time signature change. And then a menu pops up. It asks me what the parameters are going to be. You know, 4/4, 3/4, 6/8, 5/4. Fucking whatever you need, you can do it. And then the same thing over here. This is the playlist. This is where, you know, all the tracks are going. Like, here's my drum track. Here's the 2 synth tracks. Here's a cello track you haven't heard. And it's the same thing. Drop menu. Time markers. Add time signature change. It's stupid easy, which is why I love FL. I am not a studio engineer. Therefore, I'm going to grasp onto whatever is the easiest for me to learn. So, FL was the first... No, that's wrong. My very first band, I believe, recorded with Pro Tools, an earlier version of it. and I wasn't even the one messing with it. But FL was the first DAW that I got my hands on. I got like FL10 or some shit like that. And I used to make like EDM and everything just for fun. And then I started to see the potential for some, for me to record, metal tracks and everything. I started getting into VST, like free VSTs and plugins, for whatever reason, FL Studios was just, probably because it's the one I started with, it's the one that I have chosen to stick with. And that might change later down the road when I get better with this, but I notice a lot of people talk about how easy it is to get into FL. In my opinion, it's easy to use, but difficult to master. I'm trying to master the program right now, and I'm nowhere near it, but I just love its ease of use. I can go in, I can jot down ideas, or I can make a fucking full-on mixed song, whatever I feel like doing. So that's basically it. So I'm gonna go ahead and actually work now, and I'm gonna work for probably another hour and a half or so, and I like to have a cutoff time. It's usually around 9:30. Unless I really want to get something done. I feel like I can get a lot done before then today. I can probably get the drums finished. So you'll see little bits of me just kind of working. I'm gonna set the camera back there, and you'll see little bits of me working. And then at the end of today, I will show you what I have done, and if I have guitar parts for it, I'll try and play along with it. So. Because I'm kind of going over guitar ideas, like I said, on the go while I'm doing drums. So, I'll see you in a little bit. Better finish that phrase before I can play along with it. What was that again? Boop, 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 boop. Solo sequence. And 3/4, feeling of 6/8. Guitar solo. Oh, I got it. Here we go. I have the guitar match. Alright, so my camera died while I was recording earlier, so I had to charge it, but while it was charging, I went ahead and finished the drums for this. Took a little bit of a different direction than I thought it would, but I'm really proud of it, so I'm going to go ahead and play a little bit of it for you on the guitar with the drums and everything. I'm not going to play the whole thing. I want to save basically the latter half for last, so for later when you hear the whole thing, I mean. So hopefully the levels come out okay. I won't know until I'm editing, so I mean this part might get completely omitted. So, but yeah, was it good? All right, here we go. With them violins a little bit, but they're just there as almost like a placeholder. And I guarantee I'm gonna fuck up the guitar part. Because my arms are a little bit noodly after my workout from earlier. So right here's the first verse, where I'll start singing for the first time. Not as long as the intro section, but you know, it's supposed to be pretty. It seems a little repetitive right now, but I mix it up later on and you'll see. I'll show you a little bit of that. So there you have it. That's all I'm showing you. I might not even show you guys that much more from the other songs that I'm doing. I'll just show you me working on them in the studio, and you'll hear little bits and pieces, but I'm trying to save as much of the final product as possible for, you know, the album release. So, without further ado, we'll go ahead and mark this down on the board as done. The drums, just the drums. Nothing else is even close. So, drums. Done for that song. Alright, and with that being said, we're going to call it a night for tonight, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Nope. Definitely not the next day. It's actually like 2 weeks later. So I have some splaining to do. So pretty much, for starters, I was having a lot of trouble editing this video. Not actually so much editing, but exporting this video. There's actually supposed to be like 30 more minutes that I now can't show you because I really don't think Pinnacle Studio can handle exporting a long video. I was curious if it was the format, but at the same time, it's the same format that I always use to export videos, or that I should say I used to use when I was doing YouTube videos. And so I noticed that I started having problems with the program after this clip, or not this clip, but the last clip that you saw. I'm wondering if one of those video files afterwards was corrupted and kind of screwing everything up for me. But honestly, I think that it's just a trash program, and I'm actually working on getting a new video editor probably not long after this video goes up. As for the 2 weeks later thing, well, we kind of ran into some troubled times, and I really just couldn't focus on vlogging or video editing, or it was even tough streaming, you know. I've been doing some work on the album, but it hasn't been much. You guys haven't missed that much. It was kind of just a bad start to this whole thing. They are going to continue, though. I hope to get vlogging again this week, and there will actually be 2 videos up. The first one will be the vlog that you're seeing now, so this is video 1, and the next video will be a different video. I'm not going to tell you what it is, because it's kind of cool. If you know me personally, you might know what's happening later this week, but yeah, I'm not going to just tell you. You're going to have to come back and watch. Another cool thing, some more progress towards the gear. This is my new, and I'll put a picture up or something over this, but this is my new audio interface. Here, I just get the box, because I left it on the floor. Sunlight Scarlett 2i4, second generation, 2 and 4 out USB audio interface. It's been wonderful. I'm telling you, this sounds just like it's coming out of my Headrush monitor. So now we can track guitars, and that is a good thing. Only other thing I want to say is I apologize that this first video took so long. Assuming that this works and I export this now, I will start vlogging again this week, and we're really just it's gonna be short. We're gonna just keep it in the studio. Anytime I'm doing studio work, I'm not gonna go and do some extra bullshit, you know. We'll save that for maybe something else. So thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you thought of the recording down in the comments. Don't forget to follow me on Twitch and on Twitter, like the Facebook page. It's all down in the description. And I will see you all in the next video. Take care.